Hi, welcome to the Pond Zone. I'm your host John, and today we're going to be talking about the care and maintenance of the Alpine Hurricane Series pond and waterfall pump. These pumps come with a 2-year warranty, but periodic maintenance is required to keep them running to their fullest potential and prevent premature failure. Over time, calcium, lime, rust, and debris can get trapped inside the impeller chamber of your pump and reduce the flow. We're going to show you today how to disassemble the pump and clean it and make sure it's running smoothly. First, unscrew the pump outlet. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the bottom screen of the pump using a screwdriver or drill. Unscrew the 4 screws that hold it on and set them aside. Try and keep the 4 screws separate from the other screws that you're going to remove later because they are different sizes and that can get a little confusing. Next, you can see the impeller cover. Inside, check and see if the impeller spins freely. If you need to remove the cover, go ahead and undo the 4 screws holding it on. Set the screws aside and remove the cover. Now you can clean out the impeller chamber, but the impeller will not come out at this time. To remove the outer cover of the pump, go ahead and remove the outer series of screws. Holding on the handle and the bottom, pull off the cover. Now there's only 4 screws left that will actually allow you to remove the impeller from the pump. Go ahead and unscrew those. Now grabbing firmly, pull. Now you're able to lift the impeller out. Go ahead and remove the O-ring at this time and set that aside. Now that the pump's disassembled, we're going to go ahead and soak it in a solution. You can use a cleaner such as CLR or ZEP or any other product that is good for removing calcium, lime, and rust. So I've already mixed up a bucket here. And we're going to go ahead and put the pump right inside the mixture and followed by the impeller. You can leave the pump and the impeller in the solution for as little as 3 hours, but I like to leave it overnight. That way it gives the time for the solution to really work in and loosen up all the gunk and debris. With your pump clean, you'll now want to reassemble it. First, place the O-ring back on and insert the impeller. There's notches, so turn it until it clicks into place. Place the impeller cover on and align the screws until all 4 holes line up with the screw holes. Insert the screws and tighten down. Be careful not to over-tighten. You could possibly strip out the screws or the plastic threads. Aligning with the notch, go ahead and put the final cover over the impeller and screw into place. Again, being careful not to over-tighten or you'll crack the plastic. To put the housing back on the pump, align it up and insert the rubber stopper on the cord through the hole in the housing. If it sticks, you can use a little bit of water to lubricate it with. Line up the screw holes and go ahead and insert the 4 screws. I'd put the first screw in first to hold it in place, and once that's in, it makes putting the other 3 screws in much easier. Line up the notch in the pump intake screen and insert it. Put in the 4 screws and tighten them down, making sure you don't over-tighten. Congratulations, your pump assembly is now complete. The Alpine Hurricane pump series comes in 4 different models. There's the 1500, the 2100, and the 3100 gallon per hour. All those 3 pumps look like this. There is one model, the 4100, that is slightly larger. This pump is very similar to the others, but there is one change. Let me show you. And first we take off the accessories and the pump screen. With the pump screen off, notice the inside is similar with the 3 smaller models. However, the centerpiece does not come off to expose the impeller. Okay, you can actually stick your finger in there and turn the impeller, make sure it spins freely, okay, but you can't remove the cover directly over it. Just like the 2 smaller ones, you're going to completely disassemble and clean it. You're going to start with the 4 outer screws to remove the pump cover, and then move to the 4 inner screws in order to remove the faceplate. You clean the pump and reassemble it the same way as with the smaller models. And here we are with the reassembled pumps, ready to go back into the pond. Your periodic maintenance and cleaning of these type of submersible pond pumps is very simple and should be performed at least once a year. I recommend doing it every spring, as the pond may have sat inactive over the winter. You can also perform this cleaning anytime you see a loss of flow from the pump or have any kind of problems with it at all. First, try the cleaning and the maintenance, see if that works. Well, thanks for your time, and we'll see you next time on the Pond Zone.